Hello and welcome to another live stream. I'm Shane Olson and we are still sculpting this princess made by Mark Christensen. So let's go and welcome. Let's see. Just got to do my sharing is caring setup here. There's one. Let's see. Share to a page. All right. All right, we're done. That was fast. Okay. Hello, everyone. Let's do this. Let's get this thing started here. All right. Okay. This is where we left off. I realized last week I did more talking than I did sculpting, so I didn't get very far. I did a okay block out, but you know, it is what it is. So, hello everyone. Looks like we have everybody today. Hey, what's up, Jet? We have Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch rocking today. Okay. So, yeah, I think this character is super simple, so it's not going to take much longer to finish her face. I'm not going to go into as much detail as I usually do with the face because her eyes are closed and she kind of just has this little button nose. So yeah, I'm just going to see if I can pull it off with limited effort, minimal effort, I guess I should say. And I did get her neck quite long, so I want to shrink that up a bit. I've been well, thanks HD. How are you? I have actually been, I've been printing like crazy this last week. And I have a Form 2, I haven't used it very much. But now that I've kind of lit it back up, I'm going a little crazy with my prints. And it's been a lot of fun. So I don't know if I can go full screen here, but I printed this little tiny dwarf guy. This is like a D&D miniature. And the details came out pretty good. But his little hammer broke off. You can see this little hammer. See this little hammer? He's holding it like this, you know? And then I printed out the little tiny base. It's kind of hard to see, really small. But it's cool because there's like these little these planks that he's standing on, and it looks like his hammer is so heavy that it went and crushed down those planks. A lot of fun. So, and then my friend Jake from Formlabs, he is printing out some of my older characters, but very, very big, and I can't wait to show you guys on this on the stream. So those will be coming within the month. Hopefully, I'll have them and have them available for you guys to check out. So, all right, let's go back. All right. I am a stylized character modeler. I hardly do any realism. I can't remember the last realistic model I did. Well, yes, I can. It was a long time ago. I did Hugh Hefner for the cover of the Playboy video game a long time ago. That's the last semi-realistic character I did. Let's see. Where do you get your inspiration photos for models? All over the place. Usually from friends of mine and from ArtStation, Pinterest, all sorts of places. Okay, so I'm going to shrink this neck down. I'm going to mask her off right at the neck. All right, and then I want her hair and her hat to go with it. Oops, and this must be masked as well. So let me go to the hair and clear that mask out. There we go. Because this transpose all selected subtools tool it respects masking, which I love. I got to remember that. So my favorite place is my microphone really loud? It's kind of in the red here. Let me turn it down a little bit. How does the, yeah, I'm going a little too high. Okay, there we go. Hey, Neil. Thank you, Neil. So I just got a shout out to Neil. Today's Neil's birthday. I want to say hello or welcome everybody and say happy birthday to Neil. So Neil is my streaming robot that's actually a real person. So I appreciate everything you do, Neil. Happy birthday. Hope it's a good one. Yay, happy birthday. All right. So now the neck is shrunk. Yeah, I hope it's a good one. And thanks for spending your birthday hanging out with me today. Started out in visual effects some years ago, inspired by Andrew Kramer. Awesome. And now I'm learning ZBrush inspired by you. Awesome. Thank you, Clarissa. I'm sure I've heard of Andrew Kramer before, but it's not ringing a bell. I'll have to check it out. All right. Okay. Nice. So it's not today, it's on Friday. Okay. Well, it's close enough. It's close enough. Happy birthday. All right. It's the owner of Video Copilot. I'm not too much into special effects, so I'm not too familiar. Apologize. Okay, this coming Friday. Cool. Okay, so got the neck sorted out. I kind of want to well, let's get the facial features in there first, and then we'll mess with the hair. I'm like anxious to do some things with the hair I want to try out, but your course has been an absolute blast. I'm currently working on the mustache for the male bust mini course. Awesome. It's always good to hear. Thank you. Okay. Let's do... Just want to make sure that this is mirrored. Okay. If you've downloaded my brushes and my user interface, which, by the way, you can go grab over at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. If you've ever downloaded those and you're using them and the menu doesn't work for some reason, I'm pushing 2 right now and it's not coming up. A really quick and easy way to fix that. Sometimes it just doesn't load in for some reason. And you can tell because the menu, the 3D Character Workshop menu, the 3DCW is missing from this top left. You can't see it because it's hidden by this ZBrush bar, but you'll see it's missing up there. So essentially what you can do is go to Preferences, and then go to Config, and then Restore Custom UI. Just click on that bad boy, and your menu will work again. Yeah, no rush, HD. Awesome. Reminds me of The Princess and the Frog. Yeah, that's essentially what this is. It's like it reminds me of Aesop's Fables from the Bullwinkle, the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. It even has kind of this, his signature is very reminiscent of that era, which is awesome. I don't even know, he may have even worked on that stuff. I'm not sure. So I need to ask him. Okay. So let's try and mirror this again. Mirror and weld. Okay, so it looks like there's some issues in the dress. That's okay though, I don't mind. But it's easy to fix. So if you ever mirror and weld an object like this, and you see these little artifacts in the center, if you want to fix that, it's really easy to do. All you have to do is turn off symmetry for a moment, and ZBrush will mirror from screen left to screen right. So we just want to push these over to the right-hand side of the screen, of the center line. the problem areas here. And I'm just going to ignore the bottom there. And so on the back, I want to push these to the left because it's opposite. So we'll just go like that. And then if I do a mirror and weld again, it should fix those right up. There you go. Can't wait for the new ZBrush updates, or the new update for ZBrush. Some of the bits look amazing and such time savers. Yeah, I can't wait for the drawing, the glob drawer. I don't even know what it's called, but like drawing globs. I mean, this is, you know, that's kind of my thing, is to block out these shapes. So, yep, mesh balloon. Thanks, Alex. So I'm really interested in that. I like blob drawer better. I should ping Pixologic and tell them they missed out on an opportunity. Okay, but yeah, mesh balloon's close. Oops, I can't do it when it's partially hidden. All right, let's do it again. Mirror and weld, and that's fixing those little bips. Okay. And if you missed it and you didn't catch the update that they're working on, if you have the latest and greatest ZBrush and you start it, there's the little preview screen that comes up, the little kind of screensaver-ish type deal. And it will tell you where to go watch the release if you haven't seen it, or the preview, whatever you want to call it. Cheers from Brazil. When you're working on a big project, you save the file, document, or tool. What is the most used? That is a fantastic question, and you should always save the tool, the Z tool. And you do that by hitting Save As up here in the top right corner. And don't do a Control S to save the project. You can, but I find it more efficient to save the tool because it will clean all of the unnecessary data out of there, so it won't make a bloated file. A project saves everything. It saves the settings, it saves all of the currently loaded tools in there. So if you've loaded up a whole bunch of different characters, it's going to save them all, and it's also going to save the history. So your files can get massive very, very quickly, and then every time you auto-save, it's going to be slow. So yeah, ZTool is the way to go with that. Oh, thanks, Neil. Neil is on it. So there's the link for that. I'm not a fan of saving projects, no. Okay, let me take that back. I use projects for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to save a startup project. So I actually give away my startup project over on my website, 3D Character Workshop. It comes with my brushes. You can see it right here. It's this ruler right here. That's my startup project, and it loads in all the settings that I like to use. When it loads the ruler file, it loads the background. Everything is set exactly the way I want it. The background, it doesn't have a gradient. It's this color. So it's just a nice way to save how you want to work inside of ZBrush. And you can see I'm starting to make a new one, and I made my ruler 3D printable. I actually extruded the letters off the surface so I can print that ruler out. And I'm working on that one. I'll be giving that away. Not too far away. Okay. So again, I don't want to talk too much on this. I need to focus on getting her actually done this week. I appreciate all the questions, but I need to make some progress. Okay. Hey, Charlie, thank you. Okay. Charlie, I thought you said Neil's birthday was today, but we wished him happy birthday anyway. It's all good. Okay. I'm just going to draw out her lashes. Friday. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. No, it's always good to wish people happy birthday whenever. Happy unbirthday. Let me rewind this a little bit. Cut these in half, then cut these in half. Then it's nice and even. There we go. There we go. And then I'll draw these, the actual lashes popping off in a separate subtool. Yes, Amber. It's actually in my course. It's module 1, lesson 1. I talk about I talk about saving Z tools. So you got a free lesson today. Now, I describe the Z project, the Z tool, and the subtools as hosted boxes. So like if you think about boxes, the biggest box, it's like a container that holds all the information, right? The largest container is your project. That holds everything. That's why it can get so big. And then you take your Z tools, your character files, right, or Z tools, and put those inside of your project. That's kind of how I envision it in my head. And then you take all of the subtools, all of the little pieces and parts that make up that character or that Z tool, and that is, you know, more pieces that you're putting in the Z tool container, which is inside of the project container. So it's kind of like these nested containers, and that's kind of how I think about ZBrush and saving the files. Okay, so let's get this down to draw size 1, click on the surface, and it will make a single-sided surface, split on mask points, arrow down, and then we have our lashes. Okay. Now I want to add some thickness. You've seen me do this over and over and over again if you ever watch my live streams. This is basically how I make my stuff. So just dynamic subdivs and add some thickness. Okay, I don't want creases, so let's uncrease all. Yeah, my user interface and my brushes also come with this custom menu right here. These are just my most often used menu items out of this really long list over here on the right. So I've kind of compacted them into my most used things, and it just makes it really accessible. Okay, let's turn off this, and there we go. There's a little too thick. Roll that down. Now it's too thin. Yeah, something like that. All right. Okay. Love your works. I'm from Iran. Well, hello, and welcome to the stream. And thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. So this isn't quite the shape I want. So now that we have this, I'm turning my camera so I can drag this kind of down the face. If I were to keep the camera like this and I drag, it's going to go into the mesh. So I want to turn my camera, because when you drag along the plane of the camera. And just kind of push it out that way. So camera position is very, very important. There we go. Do you have online jobs for game studios yet? One of my biggest concerns right now is the fact that I might have to move. Occasionally I will post jobs when people come to me. I will post jobs in the forum, like I just did recently. So hopefully you're in the student community. There was a big one that I just posted not too long ago. But I can't guarantee work, obviously, because it's based on your skills. It's based on availability of the jobs themselves. Yeah, there's too much to guarantee anything. But I will help you raise your skills for sure. Okay, awesome, HD, sweet. Okay, but yeah, not too often. One really good place to look is ArtStation. ArtStation, they have a jobs section there. How can I see that post and where are they? That it's in the community for my students. So I run a student community as part of my course, my online course, and that's where they're at. Okay. Let's see. So if you're a student of mine, you can find it in the, yeah, you can find it in the student community. So this head, I'm going to separate this head off of here. So split hidden. Let's see, and then I'm going to subdivide it once, get rid of the lower subdivision level. Yeah, and I do like to show off the community once in a while during my live streams, so let's see. So if you're interested in seeing what the community looks like, what the course looks like, this is what it looks like. So this is all student work. This is not my work. I have a top row, kind of like ZBrush Central. Yep. So here's a bunch of student work. Really, really nice stuff. Yeah, I love this one. So good. So nice, Neil. I saw your 3D print. Neil just printed out one. Hold on. Where is your print? Yeah. What printer did you print this out on again, Neil? Man, the community's being slow today. It's probably because I'm streaming, but yeah, nice. Okay. Anyway, that's the student community. It comes with Elegoo Mars Pro. Do you like that printer? Is it pretty nice? Thanks, Lewis. Let's use a snake hook brush instead of the move brush. Projection on. I have the Mars 2 Pro. I'm very happy with it. Awesome. I'm curious how it compares to the Anycubic Photon. If it's, does anybody have both of those? I'm just curious what the difference is between the two, and if they're about the same, or what you like more than one about the other or over the other. I have a Form 2 and I have a Anycubic, but I have yet to print on the Anycubic. In Brazil, the dollar's too high and my money's short, but I'm a physicist who is starting in 3D and I will buy it as soon as I can. Awesome. We'd love to have you as soon as you can. No rush. Divide this one more time just to have a little more resolution there. He has Saturn, and I don't think I've heard. Oh, the Saturn, that has like a reddish plastic on it, right? Okay, smoothing is a little too strong here. Oh, the larger version. Okay. Oh, Jet, was that turtle yours? Oh, that's awesome. I still need to comment. Sorry, I haven't been in the community for a couple days. So I just saw that. It's great. Great render too. Saturn is a bigger printer from Elegoo. Oh, okay. So that's an Elegoo printer. Okay. I need to do a little bit more research so I understand. Okay. Now for her lips, since they're smushed up against that frog, I don't think I'm going to make a mouth interior for her, but I might use Dynamesh just to make it work here. Okay. So if I turn off dynamic, this is essentially the resolution of the surface. Where can you find the course? At 3dcharacterworkshop.com. It's right here. And I think Neil's been posting the link in chat. I don't think the links go over to YouTube. Are you able to post links on YouTube yet, Neil, or no? No, it's hard for you to model, but would you be able to sculpt with the mech showing until maybe the face is done? Are you talking about the mesh showing? Oh, Restream posts them over there? Okay, awesome. Are you talking about the mesh, like show the mesh like this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna turn on Sculptris Pro here, and I need to, let me see what the size of the floor. So she's pretty small. I'm going to make her larger, a lot larger. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Hey, Tony, welcome to the stream. Okay. Whoops. I don't want to rotate her. I'm just making her larger so I can make my Dynamesh work. Or not Dynamesh, Sculptris Pro levels. Okay. So let's grab this brush. Stroke. Oh, come on. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh, really, Neil? Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to Tessimate this. Nice. Be a little bit more. So Tessimate, I kind of equate Tessimate. Sounds like that old InXS song. What Tessimate does is essentially flood fills the surface with squares and triangles, essentially the same resolution as the resolution that I want to use. So you can kind of see how that works. Now, you can see how it says 0.31 right here. That correlates with this subdivide size. So if I type a 0.31 over here, it should give me similar size triangles when I go to like smooth the surface. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. What am I listening to today? I am listening to FM 84 radio. So FM 84 radio. So FM 84 is a retro synthwave band that it's kind of like the Midnight sort of. It's a new one that I found that I'm really enjoying, and I'm listening to their radio. So if you're in Spotify and you right click on a band, or you click on the little dots, you can say listen to this band's radio, and they'll essentially gather up a bunch of songs that sound similar to that one. So I was just listening to Dream Girl by Trevor something. And it's not Trevor, it's Trevor something, like that's his name. That was a good one. Okay. So Sculptris Pro, we're essentially, we have this working, and now I want to go a little bit smaller for these lips. And you can also paint flood fill an area that you want to sculpt on. So I want to smooth out this nose a little bit, like so. Now I'm going to use this fill brush. Just kind of bring her mouth out. And it's a very, very subtle brush. FM-84 radio. So, yep, there it is. Right there, FM-84. You see it by this sun is their logo. It's really good stuff. And so is the Midnight. Check out Prime Thanatos on YouTube, constant live streaming synthwave. Awesome. Okay, so let's grab this detail brush and cut into the surface. See if I can do this. Oh, nice. Another one to listen to is Prism. It's a female duo synthwave band from California, and I like their stuff as well. But it's like 80s pop more than anything, I guess. Let's see. It's going to be tricky here since I'm not doing this like my normal way. This looks like a mustache. I'm just focusing for a second here. I'm going to switch to ZBrush modeling for a minute so I can see the surface here. Hey, what's up, comics? They are coming along nicely, thank you. Hey, Senna, thank you so much. I'm doing well. Okay. Just gonna pull these out for the big smooch that she's given. Make it seem so easy. Well, it's, I always tell people, they're like, how can you do that so fast? You know, we've been streaming for like 30 minutes or whatever. How do you go so fast? And I'm like, well, it's 30 minutes and 23 years. I've been doing this for, you know, character modeling / sculpting for about 23, 24 years. So it's not like I just picked this up yesterday, you know. So try not to compare yourself to this. I know it's hard, but I would rather you be inspired by it rather than thinking to yourself, I'll never get there. So please be inspired, not, you know, because I know a lot of people kind of get in their own way in their head, and they're just like, oh man. But yeah, try not to compare yourself to other artists if you can possibly help it. Not that you were, but I'm just saying that happens often. Oh goodness, got my camera angle wrong. Yeah, be inspired by what is possible. That's the goal. Especially like when it's really hard, and I do it sometimes myself. You know, you get on ArtStation and you're just like, oh my goodness, look at all these amazing artists. I'll never be here. But you can't really think that way, or you never will be there. You need to change it to, wow, look what's possible. If I can just get there, you know, eventually keep practicing and you will. Yep. 23 years and a half an hour. and an additional half hour. Yeah. You know, and as artists, if people come to you looking for freelance, you need to think about it that way yourself, right? You need to think about valuing yourself as an artist, not devaluing yourself, because I get a lot of people that will come to me and they'll say, but that only took you a half an hour, or that only took you 3 hours, or even a day or a week or whatever. They're just like, it didn't take you that long and it's fun for you. You shouldn't be charging this much. And it's not a crazy amount, right? Yeah. So you just need to think to yourself, hey, this is 3 hours or however long it takes you, plus all of your experience and time that it took you to get there. Right. 23 years and half an hour. So whenever, just I would even say use that to your advantage. Say, you know, whatever your experience happens to be. If somebody ever like calls you on your pricing, you can just and they kind of say, hey, it only takes you this long. Why are you charging this much? You say, well, it takes me this long, plus this is how long it's taken me to get here. So I'm doing well, thanks. It's the experience you have, which is why it's worth more. I've been saying people take art for granted, like it just always appears, right? You know, and it only, well, I shouldn't say it only, but most of the time it happens only with art related things, right? And when I say it only happens, I'm talking about people taking advantage of you for being an artist, right? Especially like relatives and things like that. They don't mean to, but it just has this kind of stigma that it's fun for you, so you should just do it for me for free or cheap, right? Which is not the case at all. I mean, you've gone either to school for it or you've spent a lot of time practicing. So let's not to devalue, say, a plumber, okay, but just as a comparison, think about a plumber, right? And a plumber has gone to school for or an apprenticeship under another plumber or whatever, how they got to where they are. You really don't, if you know a neighbor or a relative, you really don't. So I guess sometimes you might, but you really don't ask them for, hey, I got this leaky pipe, can you come fix it for free? You know, because it's fun for you. And also, on the flip side, this is another kind of a sharp-edged sword, you know, that you can teeter on either side, is plumbers, when they go home, they typically don't go home and practice plumbing some more, right? So as an artist, after my day job, like when I was working at big studios, when I was done working at that big studio, I would go home. I'm constantly thinking about my craft. I'm constantly thinking about art. So I would go home and I'd practice art, or I'd practice animation or whatever it is, right? A plumber does not go home and practice plumbing, you know? It's mostly on the job training. So it's kind of, it haunts you. You know what I mean? I love being an artist, but it haunts you. It's like you're on weekends and you're constantly trying to get better. So it's really hard when somebody comes and says, hey, can you design a tattoo for me for free? Right? It's like, oh man, I've worked so hard to get where I am. Please pay me for my time, you know? Okay, let's get some eyebrows in there. It's 3 years that I am learning to making character, but sometimes I just can't make a simple shape and it's so disappointing, and sometimes I make good stuff. Is it normal? Yes. Okay, after 23 years, I don't like everything I create. It's not like I'm just, you know, just creating the perfect character every single time. There are struggles. Everyone struggles no matter how long you've been doing it. It does get easier, of course, but you still struggle. It's not like you have this magic wand that instantly creates amazing art every time. So even after 3 years, you are on your journey, your own journey, right? You're not on my journey. I'm not on your journey. You are on your own journey. So the only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself the day, the week, the month, the year before. So are you getting better on your own path? Not, are you getting better compared to me, right? So nope, she doesn't have ears yet. and I still need to fill in her hair in the back of her head too. She's not, that's why there's like this big cavity back here I still need to fix. So anyway, I hope that's inspiring. So, oh, thank you, Alex. And as artists, it's so difficult not to compare yourself to other artists, right? So you're gonna do it. I still do it, even though I say I shouldn't. I still do. It's just part. It's because art is personal. Like a career path like plumbing, it's not really that personal, right? You're doing it. You may be doing it because you like it, but you're not gonna be critiqued really on it. Either at the end of the day, if you fix a pipe, either it leaks or it doesn't, right? So it's not, yeah, it's different. Comics Legend, it's in the plans. Yes, it is in the plans. It's definitely something I want to put in there, or even make a separate course about it specifically. I don't know yet. Okay, but I'm learning that it's more important to be the person there that's there for you, that inspires you, rather than just teaching you how to be a better artist. You know what I mean? There's so many different sides to the coin. Do I ever go through phases where I hate what I make? Absolutely. Every time that I open my Twitter, I'm like, oof, everyone's art is so good. Yep. Oh, it pains. I feel your pain. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a fun song. What is this song? It's Sniper Rogue, is that the thing? Let me see. Sniper Rogue by Mitch Murder, EMI. It's like, it's in, I assume it's Japanese, I'm not sure, but interesting. You're inspiring, Shane. Thank you. I'm currently learning to become a character artist and, well, sculpting here and there to hopefully get to do some good stuff in the future. Making progress. Awesome. I have to say, still hard times. Thank you for being inspiring and actually getting me motivated by being inspirational. Yes, go sculpt. Sculpt along. Druff, is it good? Awesome. Yeah, I have to write that down. I'm liking it. I really like anime opening and closing songs, you know? Like, not all of them, but there's a lot of them that I like. Because they remind me of like 80s guitar, you know, stuff. So it's cool. Okay. Let's do this, and let's add some thickness, just like we did with the eyelashes. Clear off the creases. You know, I keep forgetting this, but if you start topology, like if you start drawing while you have, let me see if I can put this a better way here. Like for example, if I were to have these eyelashes selected when I started to draw on the surface for these eyebrows, it would take on the same dynamic thickness settings as these already had before I split them off to be their own subtool, and then it would kind of save me some steps in adding thickness and doing all that stuff. So I got to remember that. I can never remember. Turbo Killer. Oh, nice. JoJo openings, yeah. You know, I couldn't get into JoJo. I need to try it again. It was just too, I don't know what. Felt a bit sporadic for me. Trying to keep up with it all. You have to, yeah, sculpt along. You don't have to sculpt what I'm sculpting. Just be sculpting, you know, whatever you want to do. Find, I also find that, you know, find a concept that inspires you, and that will also help you be motivated because you want to, like for me, I've been finding stuff that I want to print, that I want to have sitting on my shelf back here, right? It's like I want to find something that inspires me, that just my nerd side or my geeky side just makes me want to collect as a 3D print collectible person. I'm like, hey, I can just, if this thing doesn't exist, I can just make it myself and print it out. And yeah, and it's fun to be able to get to that point where you can make your own collectibles, you know? Yeah, talk about rewarding. I love being able to hold my own collectible in my hand and check it out. And so that's why I can't wait for those, the ones that Jake is printing. I can't wait for those. Okay. So I'm just going to draw. So I'm going to select these eyelashes and then draw on here with them. Let's see. I'm not going to draw over the top of them, but I'll draw right up to them. Because you can edit them after the fact, you know. Okay. So it looks like they're kind of all on an angle like this. And what I'm doing to erase those lines is holding down Alt and dragging over the top of them, and it erases them. 3D printing really does make digital art more fulfilling, absolutely. And with the advent of printers getting cheaper and cheaper, it becomes a more and more viable hobby to get into, or even a career for that matter. I mean, the Anycubic Photon is $165 right now, US dollars. I mean, that's, yeah, that's this, hold on. That's this printer right here, 165 bucks, boom. And this is the build plate. This is, that's how big of a thing you can print. And then it's about this tall, something like that. Yeah. And resin isn't really that expensive. Yeah, go check out on their website, anycubic.com. And there's also the Elegoo, which is a little more expensive, but it's right there. Under 300 bucks. Crazy. All right, I'm missing your stuff. Let's see. Honestly, I don't know ideas. Made me want to sculpt again. I started to take it easy because lately I've been honestly focusing much on art. I have times where, sorry, I'm trying to read this fast so I can get back to it, but well, that's, yeah, if you're spending that much time on it, that means you have a burning passion for it, and that will help you learn quicker if you have a passion for it. So you love monsters, love trying to make monster characters. Well, ZBrush is you should actually watch A Cubed on here. She's a master when it comes to making monsters. And sometimes she pops into the stream and says hi, but she's another streamer here on the Pixologic live streams that you should definitely check out. And this latest update, it really, really sings to her kind of work style. A Cubed. So because her name is like Ashley something something, and it's like 3 A's in a row, that's why it's A Cubed. Yeah. I think that's how it is. No? I don't know. Oh, Ashley Adams. There you go. Thank you, Neil. Neil's on top of it again. As usual, Johnny on the spot. Okay. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. See, I did a split unmasked points, and you can see it already has the thickness applied, but I still need to uncrease it. And there we go. There's the... I can't transform this topology tool into a mask and or as an object separate from other objects. I'm trying to understand the question, Lewis. I can't transform this topology tool into a mask and or as an object separate from the... Yes, I worked on Disney Infinity. Yeah, thanks for asking. Let's see. Yeah, I don't, sorry, Lewis, I don't really understand that question. I'm trying to understand. Okay. Darth Vago, if you want, you can check out my portfolio on ArtStation. It's artstation.com/Shane Olson, and you can find some of the characters that I worked on Infinity. Yeah, think, do it. I wanted to ask, how do people make a copy on top of a mesh, but like in the way they like it? I don't know what that means, Luke. Make a copy? Hey, Mark, thank you. Oh, I have Sculptris Pro on. I'm like, why did it do that? Okay. A copy of a specific mesh. So there's duplicate under the subtool menu. Is that what you're talking about? So there's a couple ways of making a copy. So I'll just go to my ruler file right here and select this sphere. One way is, if I want to copy this sphere, just hit duplicate, and that'll make a new version of that exact same sphere. I'll delete that, or let's hide my ruler here. So I'll just draw a quick sphere on here. And then if I want to duplicate that, as long as my gizmo is showing right here, I can hold down Control and drag, and that will duplicate it. And I can keep dragging and duplicate again and again and again. So that's kind of a way to duplicate. If that's what I don't know if that's your question. There you go. Yeah, Demoness. Seriously, she's a triple threat. That Ashley. Yeah, she's awesome, and she's fun to watch too. Okay, let's clean this up. See how it's kind of messy, and they aren't all the same, and it doesn't taper very well. You can watch some of her back episodes, just like you can watch some of my past episodes over on ZBrush Live and over on Pixologic's YouTube channel, if you want to watch past episodes, because there are a lot of them. Excuse me, and you can learn stuff from those as well. Okay, I kind of want to pull these out, like bend them out. Let's see. Sorry, that rule is for the height. I'm not sure what the height is. You'll have to check out Anycubic Photon's website, and they list the build volume is what it's called, the platform size and the build height. I don't have it memorized, but is there a reason why you send out your models to be printed rather than your home printer? Well, I print off a ton on my home printer. The reason I've sent out some of them is because I have a friend that works at Formlabs and he has a 3L, the big printer, the $10,000 printer. Yeah, that I don't have the money or reason to buy one of those things. So, oh, thanks, Neil. But I have a Form 2 sitting right behind me, and I have this Anycubic that I've never printed anything on this Anycubic yet. I want to. But my Form 2, I've been printing out a lot of stuff. I've been reprinting out my Cowboy. Let me see if I can switch over to my webcam. Maybe not. There we go. This is my office in the back, but yeah, you can see some of the stuff. See this? Covered my face. So come on, focus. It's focusing on my hand. Anyway, there's this key. Where is my, oh. And then I have the saddle. See this, his legs in a saddle. And this fits. See that key right there? And I can put it right down on there. And then it connects like this. There you go. You can kind of see it there. There it's focusing. Yeah, yeah. And the full version of it is so this is an older version. This one was printed out a while ago, but I still need to fill in the seams and prime it and paint it and stuff like that. But this is what he looks like. And I made this on the stream. If you want to watch me model this, I did it live on the. You can watch it back. Yeah, it's a cantilevered design, so this goes in like that. Yeah, I love this one. And then there's also I can show you the Pirate Girl. So this one has been this was also printed out on a Form 2. So this is my Pirate Girl based off a Johannes Helgeson design. And you can see like all the details and stuff. She's got squid tattoos. I'm putting it in front of my face so it focuses on her face instead of mine. Yeah, this is so fun. I mean, look how big she is. She's huge. This is 1/6 scale. So she's about 10 inches tall, or 250 millimeters, something like that. And then this is the character that I this is the character that I made for the course. See that? This is Kate from No One Lives Forever. So yeah. Thanks, Cinna. You're making me embarrassed. Okay, back to it. All right. Thanks so much. So I'm going to be focusing on 3D printing, kind of moving forward. I'm going to be moving away from game characters and focusing more on 3D printing. It's just what I like to do. I'm kind of I guess I don't know if you'd call me a grumpy old man or what, but all right. Now I'm going to do a bend with the transpose here. Bend these lashes out. So to bend something with this transpose line, you essentially just line up the transpose line from the side here. Click on W to move it, and then hold down Alt and grab this white ring, and you can bend with that. How hard is it to get articulation? Are you talking about for like game studios? Like, oh, are you talking about like keys inside of like action figures? What articulation do you mean? A body. I'm anything but a bodybuilder. I have lost some weight, but I'm not a bodybuilder. Hey, Tony, that's awesome. I'm going to squish these together just a little bit. Yeah, Eamon is also a streamer on here. And he is way into 3D printing, and he's made his own keys that are available on Gumroad. If you want to, you can purchase and use those as a starting point. But yeah, Eamon's a really good friend of mine. He's awesome. I love it. I love his stuff. And he streams on here occasionally. He's not really a regular, but he does stream on here a lot. Yeah, these kinds of keys. I don't know if you can here. Let's go back to my webcam if it'll light up. Come on. There it is. Hi. This is a key on a leg, and it goes into, let's see. Here, let's do this one. So here's the bottom. See these keys right here? These are key holes, and this is a leg. You just like plug it in to match. I think it goes in this one like this. And then you need to fill this up after you're done. Now this model is not mine. This is a Dynamoos model. I'm a fan of other artists too, and I like to print their stuff. And so this is a Zero Suit Samus from Dynamo. I can't even remember how it's spelled. Let's see, I'll tell you. DINAMUU3D. Well, check this out. Come on, focus. Anyway, yeah, it's good stuff. All right, back to it. Another sidetracky stream, sorry. Okay, it's been an hour. Let's get into the hair. I think we're good with the face for a minute. But I want to, I'm going to just fill these with some color, just to, not color, but how can we make money from making new objects? I mean, you can sell them. Oh, thanks, Neil. You can sell them you can sell the STLs for other people to print themselves, or you can sell the 3D prints themselves if you want. I haven't really got into it yet myself, other than working for a large, I worked for Disney for 10 years, and I worked on Disney Infinity, and so we sold the like these toys, you know, these Disney Infinity toys, but they just paid me a salary to make those. I didn't sell them on my own. Did I miss your question? What did you say? I've been using ZBrush for around 9 months, but never tried making stylized sculpting. I have a good knowledge of anatomy from tutorials. How long will it take me to learn stylized sculpting? That is completely up to you and how fast you learn stuff and where your art skills are at the moment. But if you're a good realistic sculptor and you're trying to learn stylized, it's not that far to go, right? Because your art skills should transfer. But stylized is all about exaggeration, simplification, and design. And so you have to learn all of that stuff to kind of bring the realism back down. You're not trying to overload it with detail. You're trying to learn how to, like I said, simplify, exaggerate, that kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think that one, Neil. Let's see. Just kind of looking at this for a second. Need to put her hands a little closer together eventually, but okay, what I was doing is, let's go back to the skin shade 4, and we're just gonna grab just pop some colors off of here really quick. All right, fill objects. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, to eyedrop a color off of here, you need to be showing this ring. See this ring right here? It needs to be showing. And then when it's showing, you can hit C, as in cat, to eyedrop the color off of there. And then fill this. Let's grab our hands. Fill those. Be her arms. And then these cuffs are a different color, so fill those. And then her dress is this color. Yeah, I think you'd have to have a stand. A little, you can make him have a little stand or somehow attach him. Okay. Fill this. I don't want 100% dark on this. So I'm going to go about maybe in here. And fill the lashes. And then her hat. And her little brooch thing. Okay, we'll do these designs later. Okay, and then I need to give her pursed lips even more, I think. Is this the kind of character that can be used for animation as well? Not really. I'm not really modeling this for animation. I'm modeling it for 3D printing. So, I mean, you could eventually, but you would have to do a lot of work to it to make it animation ready. Like I said, I've done my fair share of animated models. I actually teach how to do animated models in my course, but not good. There we go. It's a better color. But I'm kind of moving away from it. Hey, Cinna, on your personal site, how to use the ruler on the site. When you go to download the ruler, at the end, where on the download page, there's a video that teaches you how to use it. And it teaches you how to install the brushes and all that stuff. So I don't have time to go over it now. There is a video available right there. Retopologing is not my favorite thing to do. It's not my favorite thing either, but it can be therapeutic in a way. Is it okay to use plain colors and stylize? I see no blend of colors. I usually add gradients later on, but I start with plain colors. Kind of bend these lips back as if as if it's being pressed up against the frog here. And it's up to you, and it's up to like the look that you're going for, if you want to have gradients or not. I like gradients, so I put them in a lot of my characters. This hat is way too long. But I'm still, like right now, I'm in the middle of modeling this, so it's not, I'm not to the point where I'm done yet, so it's still a work in progress. I will add gradients to her eventually. Oh yeah, her neck, you're right. Does it keep changing? It's like pink. Let's fix it. Thank you. All right, and then I'll adjust this collar to go up over the pink here. Hey Ryan, yeah, no kidding, right? There's so we were talking about Eamon, right? Eamon, another streamer on here. He's actually testing a printer that prints in color right now. I don't know if I should be saying that or not, but I'm excited to see what he prints. Add a little bit more thickness to that collar there. Not that thick. Too much. This slider is so finicky. That works. Okay. And then I want to make her bodice just a little bit thinner. So there's one, there's a printer, the only printer I've seen that prints in color actually prints in kind of a plastic sand, is what it reminds me of. It's like little granules of plastic, and there's a laser that hits it and hardens it. I don't know exactly how it works, but it prints it kind of like an inkjet printer at the same time that it prints. And the final result doesn't look that great in my opinion. It because it to me it reminds me of like a cake topper that's made of sugar. That's kind of the consistency that it has. That's what Hero Forge uses? Interesting. So do they print in color? Okay. The sandstone printers. Yeah, I don't know if it's sandstone, but yeah, just the surface is very rough. Unless you like coat it with a clear coat of some sort. It's like 40 bucks for a small figure. Interesting. Okay, but it doesn't look vibrant. So we tried it out. We actually shipped out to have one of Disney Infinity's characters printed. We printed Buzz Lightyear, and he was printed, the size of these, so they're about this tall. And when they printed him in color, like I said, it looked like he was made of sugar when he came back, and the color had bled, and the mouth interior color bled to the outside of his mouth on his lips, and so it looked like he'd been eating a donut or something. I started learning ZBrush because I wanted to make a model like the Disney Infinity characters. I've watched your ZBrush Summit 2015 video so many, man, that's been a while, hasn't it? So many times, thanks. Yeah. I'm glad people are still getting use from that. Okay, are you gonna make the frog in this stream? I've already made the frog, it's right here. So bam, there's the frog. So I made him 2 streams ago. As a game character artist, we could print a texture sheet as a sticker. You kind of can. They're called decals, and you can actually get decal material and print on the decal and slide the decal off onto your 3D print. It's a thing. So, ears. Yep, I haven't made her ears yet. I need to finish blocking out her hair and, yeah. Neil. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna fill in this. Let's give her ears since it's bugging you guys so much. You're just like, ears. Where's her earrings? Come on. For some reason it's not sharp. Yeah, I think it's just the tech. It's just not quite there yet, you know? Because it's printing on that sand stuff, so. Symmetry. All right, I'll have to adjust this hair so her ear's not sticking through it, but that works. I kind of want to swoop her whole head out more than this. That's going to be a little bit tricky to do. Or push this in like something like this. So. Okay, now I just got to fix her hair going back here. I might put a one more blob back there just to fill out the back of it. I call them bubblegum fillers because it's like chewing up bubblegum and shoving it in there, you know? Like this. Hey, thank you, game. Appreciate it. I'm excited for the 2021. I'm excited for the blob brush. I can't remember what they call it. Just to help with my blockouts, you know? Just like for example, with this thing I'm making right now, I could essentially just kind of draw it, just go blurp. Yep, the mesh balloon. Yeah, that. Want to learn ZBrush? You bought a new draw tablet. Nice. I'm excited for the hard surface stuff. Yeah, I want to play with that stuff. Like the drawing on the surface. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this hair off. because I want to start cutting in some of these strands, but I don't want to destroy my original in case I want to go back. Okay, so this is what the topology looks like. It looks like I hit it once with Sculptress turned on. Okay, which is kind of what I want to do, is just fill the whole thing. It might be too dense though. Not too bad. Let's lighten it up a little bit though. Oops, gosh dang it. There we go, something like that. So I can tessellate this whole thing at about 0.4. Okay, let's do 0.4. There we go. That'll kind of flood fill the whole thing with this density. It's kind of like dynameshing without dynameshing is what tessellate does. That powder plastic print is held together by the super glue chemical. The best part is the powder holds the support. Yeah, that's the thing with that, is you don't need supports to print in that stuff. I just wish the end result was a little better, you know? Okay, I'm gonna try orb crack. Maybe this one. Any tips on avoiding bad posture while sculpting? I have a habit of slouching for get yourself a standing desk if you can afford it. That's how I do it. This is a standing desk. I don't usually stand during my live streams, but this desk will go up and down so I can stand for a while. I also have a bouncer, which is behind me, just to get my blood flowing and the circulation going. Every once in a while, my watch will tell me to get off my butt and go move around, and so I'll just go hop on my little bouncer, my little trampoline for a minute or two, and then get back to it. And that'll just kind of keep you standing upright and keeping the blood going, and or you know, just stop every so often and go for a walk. Sorry, push this too far out. I'm just gonna push that in. I'm just going to run smooth over this just to get rid of some of those facets. Yeah, it's important to have good posture, get a good chair. You know, actually there's some chairs that IKEA has that are surprisingly nice. Let's see, for the price. Orbs cracks. Let me just try this here. Okay. Ugh. Did you printed models by 3D? Yes, these models are printed on a 3D printer. Okay, let's see. That looks pretty good. Because I usually lay in the strands one by one, but for this one I wanted to try a different method here. Kev, this is the tried and true Orbs Cracks brush. You can get it from Gumroad. You know, he has a whole pack of brushes. So I'm going to change this color to white and turn the colors off so I can actually see what I'm doing a little bit better. I can't remember the name of it. It's kind of a high back. It has a mesh on the back. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I'm basically just kind of blocking these out, just like I would block out anything else. Yeah, Orbs Cracks has been around for a long time. A laser cutter is also a cool tool. Have you ever worked with that? I have not. I've purchased several things from like Etsy and stuff where people have used laser cutters to make things. Like I actually have a paint holder right here. Here's a piece of it. It was cut out on a laser cutter. But yeah, but that doesn't really work too well with characters, so let's see. Maybe bigger than that. Got to be careful with this when you get closer to this tip thing down here. You have a 3D printer and you want to print your model? Do it. Let's switch over to fill. So after you do this, you can also grab this pinch brush and clean some of this up. Like this. Close that lid, I guess. But that's a little too sharp, I think, for my tastes. Okay. Now that I have like that kind of blocked in. Did I use the Boolean iris and pupil method for your eyes for your prints? Yeah, sometimes I will do that. Yeah, I did that on the Pirate Girl. I don't think I did that on the Cowboy. For the Cowboy, his iris is just a separate piece on the surface, so I can have something to hit with my paintbrush. Are most of your projects based on one drawing? I have been letting people know if they want me to make something to provide at least a front and a side image. I'm afraid of interpreting something wrong. So Amber, are you ready to hear my soapbox on that? Let me know if you are. And I'll let you know. I'll explain to you how I feel about that and why. I'm sure you're going to say yes, but all right. So I don't ask illustrators or concept artists to give me a front and side profile because you're essentially kind of asking them to do your job for you. And because basically you're asking them to go and interpret their own drawing and their own design, which is good sometimes, but it's better to ask them to do specific parts that you might have questions about. In my opinion, the best concept art is one from a 3/4 view from the front, and another one from the 3/4 view from the back, if they can do that. But one directly from the side and from the front, you're kind of asking for trouble because one, they don't always get it right when they're doing their front and side interpretations. And then all of a sudden you have 3 different drawings that don't always match, right? Because, and then you're kind of feeling like you're stuck to this drawing and you're, you know, like you're just like, I'm tied to this. This is the thing I need to match exactly because they showed it, right? Hold on a second, because they built it. But to me, it kind of goes dead in the front and side views. If they draw it, it's like there's no pose to it. It's kind of sucking the life out of it. I'd much rather try and interpret a 3/4 view drawing like this. When I worked for, when I did that skin for Overwatch, they sent me an awesome concept art, and I'll show you. Okay, so this is what they sent me, and this is the concept artist on. So from the front, right here, 3/4, and from the back, 3/4. This tells me everything I need to know. Everything. There's no, it's not a straight front on view. It's not a straight back on view. Yeah, I know how to model this mitt. I know how to model all of this stuff. So yeah, this is, this, and here's what the end skin looked like that I made for them. So this is what the final product looks like in the game, in the baseball. So that was a fun thing to work on. I wish I had time to do another one, but anyway, this is a great concept. So that's what I would prefer to model from, not a side view and a front view. What rank am I? 0. I don't know. I don't really play, I don't play too much Overwatch anymore. I used to play Junkrat a ton. Let's see. So, yeah, hopefully that helps. That's my little rant. Yeah, I usually play Junkrat because I can't hit anything. So I just launch just launch stuff. I don't know why I'm decent at throwing, like, lobbing stuff, but directly shooting stuff I'm not that good at. Yeah, and plus I really like Junkrat's voice and his whole persona. It's probably too tight of a curve. Oh yeah, I like Farah. I also like I like grenade hopping, like over gaps and getting up into high places, like where people don't expect you to be. Like on the desert level, like I like getting up on the pillars, like they can't even see you up there, and just like lobbing grenades down. It's fun. All right. I hate that map. Yeah, it's been, it kind of tells you how long it's been since I've played. There's so many new maps since then. So I'm just trying to make this work here. Is it 5 years old? And a good friend Renault, he's the lead character artist on that project, and he just barely did a new like Black Widow design, and it's so good, so good. He's another stylized character artist to watch and follow. His name's Renaud Galland. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but oh, what did I do here? Let's rewind to there. Okay, I better mask this off so I don't accidentally draw into the other ones. What are the best sites for selling new? I don't know. I don't sell objects myself, so I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry. Maybe Shapeways or I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah, Ryan. Yep. Super excited for the curve stuff. I'm gonna actually kind of pull this up. I forgot how fun drawing hair was. Thanks, Neil. Yeah, I really like his kind of sailor girl that he did from Johannes Helgeson. You guys know I'm a fan of Johannes, so he just did a stellar job with that one. Love it. Let's see if I can connect these two. There we go. Yeah, Orbs Cracks is it's a good one. I don't know if I like that. I like that you can just like lay down something and then go, yeah, that sucks, and then Control Z it, try it again, and then if I want to later on, I can always you know, like lay in individual strands based off of this block out, you know. I think what I want to do is go closer, maybe down here. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. Not a fan of what that's looking like right now, but I'll just leave that alone for a minute. It's all right. And I like to get a twist. See how this strand looks like it's disappearing underneath here? I like that. And then once you find something you like, you can come and go along it again to exaggerate it. And then you can polish it down too if you want. Like polish brush. But this is still pretty rough, you know? It's just getting the strokes in there. Maybe make another one just kind of smaller and peeking out. Then going back in. Something like that. Maybe crossing over here. I don't know. So you just got to keep trying stuff and go, is that? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. From this angle, I like it, but from here, not so much. Anyway. Yep, get hair ref and come back for sure. Okay, let's get that. Let's see, it's 140. Let's get the frog in there and just kind of, I kind of wanted to get our hands better, but hey, there's Ashley. I was just talking about you. How you doing? There was somebody in here earlier that was saying that they love monsters and they want to get better at sculpting monsters in ZBrush. And I said, hey, you should watch Ashley's stream because she's great. How have you been? Let's see. Got to make sure that none of these have yeah, that's true. But I just like the way you do your stuff. I like the way that you roll along with, what do you call it, crunchiness or something? Your happy accidents. Like you embrace the stretch, you know, when the mesh stretches and causes like the shards. You're just like, ooh, that shard looks good. I'm gonna turn it into a monster part, you know? So good. So good. Genius. All right. Crunchy meshes. Yep, yep. All right, merge down. Sitting on her head. There we go. That's a good place to be, frog. Happy accident with a hat coming out his butt. What's going on there? Perfect. Yep, ship it. Kissing her butt. Oh goodness. This stream's going downhill fast. Make her kissing the frog's butt. I'm gonna have to pose it in there better. Transitter. And his legs aren't close enough together. I have to work that pose a little bit. Oh, she's kissing him on the front of the mouth, like right there, huh? Frog butt, ooh ha ha. All right, even though it's Sculptris Pro, I don't care. I'm just gonna pose it and push it. I don't care. I'm a rebel. So how have your streams been going, Ashley? Pretty good? I need to stop by more often. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. But on hiatus for a few months now. Oh, arm injury. Oh, do I dare ask you what you did to your arm? Too much sculpting, hopefully. No, not hopefully. So that could be a permanent thing. I didn't know you hurt your arm. That sucks. Sorry. Do I have? I do. Like, do I have poly groups for these legs? I do. I need to do hiatus for a while. What's going on? Stop it. Probably should have done this before I brought it in, but I'm not that smart. Because now I'm not posing with symmetry. Sometimes that can be a good thing, but I'll move the legs in and then fix the stomach. What will you do with this model? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I may end up 3D printing it, but I doubt it. It's usually for these live streams, I usually just it's just for fun. So I may render it out and stick it in my portfolio. I don't know. They're just kind of for fun. What did I do? Yeah, I need to go on a soul searching trip for sure. You watched me do the frog last week. I think I did the blockout last week. Maybe the frog before that, but I know what you're saying. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, I need to go to Moab. I need to take my bike to Moab is what I need to do. Go, I want to ride the Slick Rock Trail a couple weeks ago. No worries, no worries. Sorry, I didn't mean to correct you. That's kind of a crappy thing to do. It was more of a, wait, did I do that last week? Kind of a thought. Yep, Canyonlands, Arches. Dead Horse Point. We went and checked that out a couple years ago. That was a lot of fun. Man, these feet are close. I'm gonna have to reduce his stomach down a little bit, I think. Yeah, do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what Dead Horse Point? Like the most photographed place on Earth. I have my own photo of it. I should probably pull it up because I did a panorama of it that's just incredible. Not saying my picture is incredible. The place is incredible. So where is a good picture of it? Here we go. So it looks like this. That's like something out of Red Dead Redemption. What? What, Neil? Not allowed near Ireland. Who did somebody say something about Ireland? I like to tease Paul. He's another sculptor on here that you should follow if you're not. Yeah, I wish I could quickly scroll through my images and find my picture of Dead Horse Point, because it was, the sun was setting and it was just perfect. I just completely lucked out. Yeah, southern Utah, Arizona, yeah, that whole thing, even like parts of Wyoming, like Yellowstone, things like that. Yeah, speaking of Yellowstone, I was just thumbing through some pictures and I found, this is my picture of Yellowstone Falls. You guys can see that. Oh, it's a video. Ah, oh goodness, that was loud. Okay, anyway. All right. Let's try and get this finished up a little bit. Where are we at? 151? Okay. Oh yeah, Paul's Hellboy's turning out amazing. Love his stuff. Do you think as they were exploring the canyons, they found a dead horse at that place and decided just to leave it there, Mark? Yeah, right. Yes, I'm sure. I mean, you can see how it's interesting because of the geography of that location is it's out on a point, and Dead Horse Point, but basically as you're driving your car, it looks flat. It's kind of like driving up to the Grand Canyon. You don't even know that it's there until you get there. Like, what I mean is there's no mountains and valleys or anything like that. Like here where I live in Utah, there's a lot of mountains, valleys. So you're kind of going up and down. But Dead Horse Point and the Grand Canyon, you're just kind of driving along flat on the top of the surface of the, well, of the area is just really flat. When you look out across, it's just flat. So when you come up to it, it's just all of a sudden there. It's just like, boom, holy crap, there's this huge canyon right in front of me, giant. Well, the biggest canyon, right? The Grand Canyon. And then with Dead Horse Point, it's the same thing. You're just cruising along on this flat and you look out across and you can't really see anything until you get there. And then all of a sudden you're just like, whoa. It's just, yeah, it takes your breath away for sure. Can you do most of your modeling with the brushes you have on the screen at the moment? Yes, these are all my brushes. Well, not all my, a lot of these brushes are brushes that I've made and I give them away for free on my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com, right here. You can go grab that. And this interface. But yeah, these are all the brushes I use. The only time I use different brushes are for specific cases, like I use the Orbs Cracks brush right here on her hair. So yeah, but most of them I use are right here. So it's a point where horses go to die. Yeah, I'm sure there's been several that have walked off of that ledge. Especially, I could see him in a full sprint. They just like, oh gosh. Okay. Did this? I better save this before it crashes. Ugh. Not saying it's gonna crash. Okay. Yeah, the robot's getting after you for posting too many pictures at once, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it kicked. It just did it. So I don't have any control over that. It's just the bot that says don't do that. Okay. So I am going to have to I'm gonna have to squish all these feet together and squish her hands together and get, yeah, it's gonna take me a while to really get that one done. Thank you, Crafting Canvas. I appreciate it. Sorry that the bot got mad at you. Right, are these hands? All right. make these sleeves part of the shirt. I wouldn't doubt it, Neil. Split hidden. Let's see, where did that go? Up here. Merge this down. There we go. How do you create a brush in ZBrush? Well, you go to the brush menu, you find a brush that you like, usually to start with, and then you go to the brush menu, and then you pick the brush that you want to adjust, like say this one, and then you just start going down and messing with all the settings right here, like the curve settings, the depth settings, samples, all of this stuff until you get one with the settings that you like, and then save it out as a new brush, and then you can make a new icon for it and stuff like that. So, all right, Shane, cool. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Kirkland. Ryan, I hope so. I want to play with it. Oh goodness. Okay, it's doing some crazies. If you ever go to rotate your meshes like this, and it does something like this, that just means your wires are crossed a little bit. And how to fix it is you can turn off local symmetry and just do mirror and weld. Whoops, maybe not. What's going on here? Let's fix this. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this. All right, let's hide this one and delete hidden. Then mirror and weld, see what that does. Nope. All right, something about this is messed up. Okay, let's see. Another thing you can do is do make polymesh 3D, which does get rid of the colors, but then you can append it back in. Let's see, insert, mirror and weld. There we go. All right, sweet. Let's see. It's meant to be tomorrow. Awesome, that'd be cool. Okay, it's harder to sculpt a dynamic subdivided polysphere since it has more resolution, or should, okay. No, it's fine. It's fine to use a dynamically subdivided. It's just giving you a preview is all. Oh, whoops, I hit Dynamesh, not dynamic. Yeah, this is fine. This is just a preview, and it's totally fine to do. Just one warning, though. Don't use dynamic and real subdivisions at the same time. So if you look under geometry and see there's a number, here, I'll do it once. If there's a number right here, don't use this, okay? Because they don't get along with each other. Because this is a real subdivision level and this is a preview. So yeah, then that will cause ZBrush to slow down. You don't want to do that. So do you have any special view rotation settings? Some people suggest just rotating on Y because when I rotate it has a mind of its own. So, well, if you go into transform and you click on Y, that emulates the way that, like, say, Maya will navigate. By default, ZBrush is on a trackball navigation, so it will spin in all 3 axes. And I would suggest leaving it there and getting used to it, because you will be able to manipulate and rotate your model into positions that you wouldn't normally be able to if it was restricted just to the Y-axis. So I would suggest getting used to it and leaving it turned on. And then if your model is like spinning off the screen, all you have to do is touch the surface of the current subtool somewhere. Then that will reset your camera pivot point, and then you can rotate around that pivot point. See, so if I touch her finger with, I hold down Shift and touch it because I don't want it to affect the surface. So I just lightly just tap on the surface. And now see it's rotating or orbiting from the tip of her finger now. Does that make sense? Or if I go like here, like that. That's a dope hat. This is Yellowstone. Thanks. All right. So anyway, I hope that helps you figure out the camera stuff. But yeah, I would learn how the trackball works and use it, because it's a superpower. When I have two cylinders and try to size one bigger than the other, in the deformation palette, it doesn't stay centered with the other cylinder as it gets bigger. Yeah, so you want to turn on local symmetry. So like say I have these two arms right here, and if I have symmetry turned on, and I have this one over here, I wouldn't use the deformation palette, I would use the gizmo. It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to zoom the whole character, then you can use that, but otherwise I just use the scale, this yellow box in the middle of the gizmo, and see it scales right now. It's default set to scale on the world axis, the center of the world, but if you turn on local symmetry right here, then it will scale on itself rather than the world, and I think that's what you're after. So, sculpting a baby Yoda. I sculpted a baby Yoda during the live stream. I'll show you really quick and then we'll sign off. Let's see. Let me find it here. I did sculpt it during the live stream, so you can watch my past episodes on Pixologic's YouTube channel. And as always, I have an online course. It's called the 3D Character Workshop if you're interested in learning how to make characters like this. I'm still working on this with one white arm. Let's see, hold on a second. Images. And if you want my brushes and my user interface and my custom menu, you can also go there and download my brushes. So anyway, here's my baby Yoda. This is designed by my good buddy Josh Black, and so he and I collaborated on this, made an Infinity, Disney Infinity looking baby Yoda. A lot of fun, rendered in Blender. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, and we will catch you next Monday. Same time, same place. Happy sculpting. Take care, and we'll see you all later. Bye.